WARD dollar sign nigga. NAYIMED. Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're returning. My name is Nayim. I am your host, audio only today. Before we get started, thank you to Same Old Gossip Reheated for hitting the Cash App. I greatly appreciate it. It's because of people like you we continue to do what we do uncompromisingly. Now, today I want to talk about 4 bets and him signing to OVO and what this actually could possibly mean. Now, we all know Drake does not have a good reputation when it comes to signing artists. He actually signs them, uses them up for their juice, have them writing, doing all type of everything except dropping the music how they supposed to drop the music. He got a couple hits, Party Next Door, and Party Next Door had to fight for his right to come out here. And I guess if you want to put The Weeknd on the list, cool. But I want to talk about these people that Drake signed and you never hear from them again, or their career completely goes into the toilet. Now, if you're not familiar with 4 Bets, he has been blowing up and he's a new artist. Everybody's been talking about how, oh, this must be an industry plan, and he only got 3 songs, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. He pitched his voice up and changed his voice and how the image don't look nothing, how the song sounds like, there's this viral situation with him, I guess, doing one of those outside freestyle channel things where he's in a shiesty and everybody throwing up gang signs, but he got this high-pitched voice and he's singing love songs and all this stuff, right? I don't have a problem with that. One, before we even dive into 4 Bets in this OVO situation, how is anybody going to perform these songs with so much voice altering? Like, if that's not your voice, like not even close to your voice, are you gonna lip sync when you perform? But I guess performing is not gonna mean anything when everybody goes into the metaverse. So aside from that, that's just something to think about. Obviously, let's deal with the industry plant stuff. At this point, I don't know if people are plants, if their whole thing is just to make money. Like, I don't see him destroying the culture. I also don't see him helping the culture. So, because we don't know enough about him and he doesn't have enough music for us to say whether this is a plant. And obviously Drake signing you before you even have a project and your first project is going to come out on OVO. We have no clue what this is going to do because you have not proven yourself, for lack of better terms. You have nothing to prove that you're going to have any type of longevity. You're not going to also have 10 million Spotify listeners. He's got about 10 million. It might be over 10 million now, but it was like 9.3 the last time I looked. There'll be material on the TV, on the screen, whatever. You're not going to have that many people and you don't have no super team, but he has a team. He has a team. I think she is an A&R for one of these record labels. I'm not sure which one it is. It's probably Universal Music, but don't quote me on that. But he does have a manager who is like this. She's a high-ranking person at one of these labels. So this is not an organic movement. It's not. It's just not. Which I don't personally have too much of a problem with if you're not pushing degeneracy on the culture. So as far as, was this a mistake? Was this the right thing to do? What's going to happen with this guy? I like the songs he put out. Do I think this was a mistake? I think that it was a mistake to sign. And if you're wondering why anybody would sign to anyone, it's just the allure and the starstruckness at this point, because there's really no point in signing if you don't already have your own foundation built, because everything in this industry as of the time recording this, what's today's date? 3/11/2024. You're not going to get anything from a label if you haven't already built a foundation for yourself. You're not going to get anything worthwhile. You're not going to have any kind of deal that you can shake a stick at and be like, yeah, I got the best deal out here. Like, no, you're going to have to build everything for yourself. And then they come in and let you use their resources in exchange for you breaking bread with them, pretty much to get you to that next level. Because there is a certain plateau that you hit if you don't go and do business with these people. I say it's a mistake because you don't have enough work to prove that you're ready to even get to a level of being on a major label. Because OVO, we can talk and say, oh, it's Drake's label, but it's a failed label. But it's a major label because you're gonna be up under Warner or Universal or whoever you're gonna be up under. The thing is, you only got 3 songs out, and your first project is coming out under a label, meaning you don't even have enough of a back catalog for us to know that, or for you yourself, you don't have enough of a back catalog to prove that it was going to be worth getting in bed with them. That's my only thing with all of this. You don't have enough, you haven't put enough work in. And not that you need to jump through the hoops and do all of this, but it's like you don't have any leverage. So they can just come to the table and give you anything that they want to give you because you don't have the leverage, because you don't have any music out, because you only have 3 songs that generate 10 million monthly listeners a month. But that's not proving how many people is going to show up. It's not even enough music to go and perform a concert. You can only be an opener. 3 songs is an opener. An EP is less than, is 6 songs or less. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have anything that is going to put you in a position of power. Another thing is signing to OVO. And this is really the biggest thing. Signing to OVO is going to always be a mistake until OVO does right by the people that they have. We saw what happened with I Love McConan. McConan got hot songs. Drake signed him, threw him away when he couldn't reproduce, threw him away when it wasn't to his benefit. He did the same thing with Smiley. Even though Smiley is one of the worst rappers I ever heard in my life, he took Smiley, gave Smiley a deal, but got on Smiley's hottest song, and Smiley is an artist from Canada. Roy Woods can't, really do what they need, do what he need to do. Division can't do what they need to do. Party Next Door had to fight, and he took Party Next Door's, Drake, took Party Next Door's biggest song, gave it to Rihanna, and put himself on it instead of letting Party have his hit that he wrote for himself. The Weeknd barely got the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, OVO don't have no track record of doing right. And there's plenty of other people. But OVO don't have no track record of putting nobody out here like Wayne did Nicki and Drake by these my artists, but I'm going to take them and I'm going to push them further, and I want them to go further than me. Because I really love this music shit so much that I'm going to take my artists and push them further. Signing to OVO is never a good idea. It's just not. But people be so starstruck, and people be like, yeah, I'm down with Drake. I do this and I do that. Like, this dude has a reputation of going from person to person, taking a biggest song or songs and taking their stuff from them and then just moving on. And now you can't release music. Now you can't do what you want to do for yourself. Now you can't put out what you want to put out. You can't move the way that you want to move. You might be thwarted if you decide you don't want to play ball no more because you realize it's not fair. But you're not going to realize it's not fair until it's too late and you done gave all your stuff away. Because people don't understand that part about being signed. It's like, it's not, oh, I'm signed and I get to keep all my stuff for myself. It's, I'm signed and I do what I'm told to do for the most part. Especially the people out here who don't have no catalog and no leverage. Ain't never did nothing for themselves. Don't do stuff for no other body, for nobody else. You know, they just get out here and they think that you can, you think it's gonna go one way and this is gonna finally be your chance, but you realize there's a whole lot of other steps and things that go in between that. I don't think this was a good idea just because it's like your people working you like this, and you already got all this by working your team working you like this. But this could have been the play the whole time. It could have been the setup, the alley-oop to put you on OVO and push something else out like this. So I just don't think it's a good idea. I think that they should have. I got a plan about industry plants, especially people who get hit music. Because again, this person really came out of nowhere. You wouldn't most people would not be able to. They would know his song, but wouldn't be able to recognize him. You know, it's just all a matter of you. We're just gonna have to see what happens. But I can probably predict that he's gonna end up on the shelf because Drake is not one of those. We have not. Drake has had some phenomenal talents with him, and I mean he's had some garbage too, but he's had some phenomenal talents with him. And the only person that ever passed him was The Weeknd. Everybody after The Weeknd, that was like the first person, because a lot of people didn't even hear about The Weeknd until he was with Drake. And after The Weeknd passed him up, we haven't seen nobody else be able to get out here and skate past him. No one. Not even people he's done collaborations with. He's a very, very calculated person in regards to how he puts these artists out and who he signs and stuff like that. And this isn't even a matter of signing competition. This is just a matter of signing people who have things that you want, and you're the biggest artist on the planet, one of the biggest artists on the planet. And of course, you know, they've always looked at you, whether we agree with who he is or not, they're looking at you like, this is the biggest person on the planet, and he likes what I do so much that he wants to go into business with me. And most people don't even look at being signed as going into business with a person. That's another thing. A lot of people just want to be up under somebody else. That's a conversation for another time. But I don't think this was a good idea. We just gonna have to see. I just don't. It's too many missing pieces. It's too much missing information for anybody to actively predict what's gonna happen. So yeah, I'm rebuilding the Gardens and Graves set because I think I want to put it in a different room, put it somewhere else. I got so much stuff, so many sets, and these sets are huge, so it's not like I can just, I tried to stack one on top of the other. That ain't really work. And we are going to be moving into, we're back on what we do and moving into more diversified content, as far as we're going to be exploring more genres, exploring more things, telling more of those lessons and doing more of those things outside of just the normal what we do. And y'all are going to really enjoy it because I know my shit. So thank y'all for tuning in to the audio only. From now on, Sunday is going to be the audio only day. It might change to Saturday, but for now, Sunday is going to be audio only. I know it's Monday, I'm late, but thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Anybody that's looking to get like your song reviewed or consultations or anything, NayimEdwards.com, song services / consultations, or you can hit me in the DM on Instagram and I'll send you the direct link. And everything that you need is on the website. We still updating the website and putting everything up there, but we'll probably be done with that by the end of the month, and we'll have a lot of new announcements and new things for y'all. So I'll holler at you. NAYIMEDWARD $, nigga. NAYIMED.